Hey, you guys, it's Matt Fraser, the psychic medium, and I am here live with you right now. And tonight, we're going to be talking about how you can tell when a soul is there and with you. And what's really cool is that it's not just your dead loved ones that are visiting you, but you also have angels that visit you, spirit guides that visit you, and even pets that visit you from the afterlife. So I want to tell you guys the difference and explain some of the things that you might think are scary, creepy, or weird, and how it actually is a message from your loved one in spirit and how you can feel their presence. And I see so many of you guys are tuning in right now. I see Alex is here. I see that Jillian is here. I see Angela is here. I see Michelle is here. I see Jen B is here. And guys, we're trying out this new background. Not sure if you guys like it or not. Let me know. If you like this background or the old background, we're switching things up. You know, every year we do something new. So this year we got wings, we got a blue background. We're gonna see how it looks, see if you guys like it. If we like it, we keep it. If we don't, we get rid of it. I see Sherry Paul is here as well. I see Becky is here. I see that Janie is here as well from Australia. And I see Barbara King is here. And I see Robin says she loves the background. Thank you. And Anita likes it. I can't tell if I like this one or if I like the other one better. You guys tell me. All right, everyone's saying they love it. If you all love the dark blue background, we're going to keep it because we did it for you. So Mariah says she loves it as well. I love that. Well, first of all, have you guys ever felt the presence of a soul with you? Has any of you felt all of a sudden just a strange feeling out of nowhere? Maybe you're alone in your room and you feel like someone's watching you. Maybe all of a sudden the room gets cold, you experience a temperature change. Maybe it is that you feel a tingling down your arm, or you feel like someone just sat on the bed with you, right? What I want you guys to know is that this is not uncommon. It's actually a sign from a loved one in spirit. And what's really cool is that there's telltale signs that we can see as humans when there's a soul that's there and visiting us. All of a sudden, you might feel like someone's there, like I talked about. You might hear something. You might hear your name being called. Or all of a sudden, you might hear something might sound like someone's walking down the hallway. Or all of a sudden, you might go to look and swear that you just saw someone walk by you. Or you thought you saw someone off the corner of your eye, right? Maybe it is that you saw a shadow. Maybe it is that you thought you saw the outline of someone or thought you saw something and wasn't sure what it was. Maybe it is that you've seen orbs. These are all signs that you are in the presence of a spirit. So I want to talk to you guys all about this, and I want to talk to you on why, as humans, we feel these things, okay? Because listen, what's really cool is that here in our world, even though we're here on Earth, we're in the physical world, the souls on the other side can reach us from their world. The spirit world is all around us, all around us. If you could see through psychic vision right now, you would see that there are spirits around us every single day. And what's really cool is that when your loved ones come to visit you, there's certain signs that you can look for to know that they are there. And I'm not talking about dragonflies, butterflies, repeating numbers. Those are direct messages from your loved ones. What I'm talking about is signs that will actually let you know that your loved ones are there and with you, and signs that their presence is there right at that moment. Because when we lose a loved one, what's really hard is we go from being able to hug them, kiss them, hold them, and we have to go and then, after they pass on, learn about their spiritual presence. We have to learn how to tell when they're with us by feeling their energy. And their energy feels completely different in the afterlife than it did when they were here, because obviously, you guys, we go from a physical body to a spirit body, but it's not as creepy or as weird as it sounds, right? So I'm gonna break it all down for you. And before I do, I also want you guys to know this. If you haven't heard, here's my tour schedule. I just announced the last tour stops of this year. So if you'd like to come and meet me live in person, I am coming to Laughlin, Nevada, where I'm giving live readings at the Edgewater Resort Casino. Then from there, you guys, November 26th, I'll be in Santa Rosa, California at the Luther Burbank Center for the Arts. I'm also coming to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. It's almost sold out. I'll be there at the Wind Creek Event Casino. I'm also coming to Atlantic City, New Jersey, you guys. That's almost sold out. Over half the tickets have already been sold. I'll be at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Foxwoods Resort Casino in Connecticut is sold out. But I'm also coming to Sacramento, California, to the Hard Rock Sacramento. And I'm also coming to Las Vegas, Nevada on February 16th and February 17th, where I will be giving live readings at the Venetian. And guys, if you can make it to that Las Vegas event, that is the smallest event that I do on tour. It takes place in an intimate showroom at the Venetian. So if you can make it to see me in Las Vegas, I'm only there for 2 nights, February 16th and February 17th. I hope you can make it there. But I want to get back to you about signs that you can tell when a spirit is with you and nearby. You guys, what's really cool is there's one thing that your loved ones can't help. What your loved ones can't help when they come and visit you from the other side is their energy. What's really cool is that your loved ones carry energy with them no matter where they go, right? And what's really cool is that your loved ones don't leave your life. So what's really amazing is that a lot of times when you're going through big moments in your life, like graduations, celebrations, a baby being born, maybe it's a not so great moment in your life when you really would need your mom or your dad that had passed away. Maybe it's a divorce that you're going through. Maybe it's a relationship struggle. Maybe it's just that you're feeling really super sad or lonely. Your loved ones will come and visit you in from the afterlife. So what's really cool is that your loved ones in spirit pop in and out of your life at different times. For example, as a medium, it's not uncommon for me to see a husband that had passed away to sometimes go and watch over his wife while she's sleeping in bed or coming to visit her right before she lays her head down to the pillow. I might also see a brother that had passed away that's sitting in the passenger seat of his sister's car and watching over her as she drives to work. I might also see, a mother that's watching over her son as he's going and just puttering away and putting some things away in the office. What's really amazing is that your loved ones are still with you. But many times you might not know that your loved one is there because you're not sure what to look for. Well, here's the key. The key is knowing that your loved ones are energy. So even though they don't realize that they're doing things, right? There's certain things that can't be helped when a loved one comes to visit you. For example, imagine if I just took a big magnet and walked through this office right now. Imagine what would happen, right? Imagine if I took a big, huge magnet and just walked through this office right at this moment. All of a sudden, the lights might start to flicker. A light might start to blow out. All of a sudden, the TV might do weird things. Things might fly off the shelf, right? Well, there's a reason why I'm telling you this. Notice how that sounds like a haunting, right? How books flying off the shelf, lights turning on or flickering. All of a sudden, TV's going haywire. What that all means is that it's a spirit's energy that's there in the room. Your loved ones in spirit, and thank you, Ava, so much. I just saw that come through. Thank you. Your loved ones in spirit, when they're around you and they're visiting you, their energy is also there in the room. So what's really cool is that a lot of times there's this, I like to call electromagnetic frequency. I'm not sure if that's the right terminology or not, right? But the cool part is that because your loved ones are energy, they affect electronics and there's nothing they can do about it. That's the reason why all of a sudden you might be thinking of your dad that had passed and all of a sudden something strange might happen. The light might the light might blow out, or all of a sudden the volume on your TV set might go up, or all of a sudden out of nowhere you hear something fall off the shelf. That's because your dad's energy is nearby. And you can feel energy as well. It's amazing how when I do readings, I'll do a reading for somebody, and all of a sudden they'll feel the chills, and you'll see them go, and they'll be like, oh my God, now I just got the chills. Oh, I just got the chills. What they're actually doing is they're feeling their loved one in spirit nearby because your loved ones are energy. So that energy travels no matter where they go. So think about the things that have happened in your life, right? Think about some random crazy times that had happened. Maybe it's all of a sudden you're sitting at home, you're crying over your brother's passing, and boom, the fire alarms go off. And all of a sudden the fire alarms go off in the house. There's no fire, no smoke. And you're like, oh my God, that's weird. Or all of a sudden the doorbell rings and no one's there, right? Or maybe it is that all of a sudden the phone won't stop ringing even though no one's calling it. There's no one on the caller ID. These are all signs that someone in spirit that had died is there and with you at that moment, right? Mary Mara is saying, I hear this all the time. She says that she hears stuff moving and falling around the house. Absolutely. And I also see that Jen is saying, I feel the chills very often, almost daily. Well, it means that someone in spirit is coming, checking up on you. And like I said, people who don't know about the spirit world freak out over this. They're like, oh my God, what was that? What was that? Oh my God, I don't know what that is. Well, like I said, because your loved ones are energy, it's like leaving an open window, right? When you leave an open window, when a breeze comes in and then a picture might fall off. Well, when your loved ones come, they can be felt as a breeze. They can be felt as a tingle. They can be felt as all of these things. But What I want you to know is there's a couple key things that you can do if you're feeling a presence with you. Whether you're in bed, whether you're reading a book, whether you're parked in the car and you feel someone with you, take out your phone. You guys, what's really cool is that we can't see into the spirit world, but the spirit world can see into our world. And what's really cool is that we have a secret way of seeing into the spirit world, which is through orbs. If you've ever taken taken a picture and seen an orb appear in a picture, or a crazy distortion that has appeared in a picture, that's actually you capturing the energy of a loved one in spirit. Now, your loved ones look the same as me and you on the other side. Your mom looks like your mom, your dad looks like your dad. They all have fingers, eyes, and toes. But because we can't see fully into their world with our human eyes, sometimes that's the reason why you might see a figure walk by you, or you might see an orb that flies by you. You might see something random like that. For example, if you take a picture of your phone and you see all of a sudden an orb go by, that's actually you capturing the energy of your loved ones in spirit. And what's really amazing about this is that you can do this at any time. You can take out your phone if you feel there's a spirit there, and just take, like, for example, if you have an iPhone like I do and you press the camera app and you go and you videotape around the room, you might be able to catch one of those orbs on camera. I see this happen all the time. You would not believe the amount of people that write to me on Facebook that will send me a message from their security camera, Ring camera, doorbell camera, nursery camera, and will say, Matt, look at this orb that I see. Matt, look at what I just found. Matt, look at what just came up. What they're actually seeing is their loved one in spirit. And they automatically get so freaked out. And they're like, Matt, does my mom really look like that? Oh my God, Matt, how did my mom go from being so beautiful to having hair, fingers, and toes to going and looking like this, right? To just looking like a sphere, or just looking like an orb. Well, like I said, in heaven, if you were to see into their world and see into the other side, you wouldn't see it that way. If you were to see your mom in spirit, she would have fingers, eyes, and toes. She would look like we do. But because we can't see into their world, unfortunately, all we can see as humans are orbs, right? That's the way that it works. For example, think about if I were to put a sheer curtain over me right now. If I were to put a sheer curtain over this camera right now, you would be able to see me, but you'd only be able to see a shadow or a figure, right? That's what it's like for us looking into the spirit world. And it's the same thing when I see spirits too. When I see spirits with my naked eye, it kind of sounds weird saying naked eye, right? But when I see spirits with my naked eye, I'm seeing shadows and silhouettes. But when I see your loved ones here, with using my third eye, using my thoughts, I see your loved ones with hair, fingers, toes. I see everything, just like you're seeing me right now. And there's a reason why. Because your loved ones are energy and your thoughts are energy, a lot of times that's why psychics and mediums will close their eyes and focus on your loved one, because it's easier to see here than it is to see here. So that's the only thing that separates a psychic vision versus a dream. So a lot of people say, Matt, what is it like to receive a psychic vision? What is it like to connect with the other side? Excuse me, we had a rule here. Excuse me. Come here. You want to say hello? We had a rule. We had a rule that you would not go. Look at. You want to be on camera. We had a rule that you would not go and interrupt the life. We said that you could be in here. Excuse me. We said that you could be in here. Say hi to everybody. You wanted to come on the live. We had an agreement. Look at the antenna. Look at the two ears. We had an agreement that you were gonna come on here, but you couldn't. It's cats. If it's not the cats, it's the dead. If it's not the dead, it's my wife. If it's not my wife, it's the kids. I'm gonna tell you. Can never catch a freaking break. Can never catch a break over here. Christine says you and the cats. Well, it's actually funny because, pets can actually see spirits too. So if you're in your bedroom and all of a sudden you think you sense and feel a spirit, look to see what your pets are doing. Is your cat reacting? Is your dog reacting? Is it that your cat is following something around the room? You're seeing an orb and all of a sudden the cat starts going like this. Is it that you think you heard something and your dog jumps up too? Maybe it is that you think you hear someone walking down the hallway and your dog jumps up at the same time. Remember that pets have a different filter than we do. So pets are always able to see spirit before we do. So the same way I was telling you that we see orbs, what's actually funny is that pets have the same filter that we do as mediums. So the way that pets actually see spirits is pets see shadows and silhouettes of the person that had passed away. And it's actually cool because pets can go and actually make out who that person is that's coming to visit you. So for example, I see during my readings all the time where pet owners will actually come back and see their pets still here in this world. So a dad who had passed away might come back and visit his dog that's still alive here in this world. And the dog might get all happy all of a sudden, or might go running to the door, wagging his tail, looking like someone just came home. And the person might be like, what the hell's going on with the dog? Is the dog all right? Well, the dog's actually seeing that father that had passed away, and the dog can recognize that person or that soul, right? So that's what's really cool, because when your loved ones come through in spirit, like I said, we can only see sometimes those flashes of light or those shadows, or those quick orbs that happen. But your pets see silhouettes, and that's why your pets are not afraid to die. That's why your pets aren't afraid of dying or leaving this world, because pets can actually see in spirit, and they can actually see animals that had passed as well. So, for example, if you had two dogs and one dog passed away, don't feel so sad for that dog that's here in this world, because that dog will get visits by that dog that had passed away. I've seen it happen many times. And pets have a glance into that world, which is so, so incredibly cool in my book anyway. So that being said, one of the other spirits that can actually visit you as well are your pets. So the way that pets always come in is the pitter patter of feet. If you hear, for example, your dog passed away, and all of a sudden you hear the nails of the dog on the hardwood floor or on the tile, or maybe you woke up in the middle of the night and you could swear that you hear your cat scratching at the door, and you get up and no one's there. That's actually you getting a sign from that pet that had passed on. It could be that you hear your cat meowing, but your cat died 2 months ago. It could be that you wake up out of a sound sleep hearing the dog whining or the dog crying, but the dog had passed a year ago. Those are signs from pets. And what's really amazing is that children can actually see pets too. And not only can they see pets, but they can see people that have passed on. So between the ages of 1 and 3, actually a little bit younger than that, between the ages of firstborn, newborn, I should say, till 3 years old, children will oftentimes see spirit because their eyes aren't like ours. Children's eyes are completely different, right? Because children are new to this world from heaven, they still have that connection to the other side. The connection is really strong when children are first born, and that's where imaginary friends come through. And Donna's given me another sign. I almost forgot about that, Donna. Yes. So Donna says that one of the things that she hears is she hears her dog's tags that are jingling. That absolutely, absolutely is a sign. If you hear your pet or your dog's collar shaking, that is a sign from that pet, cat, or dog. And that's what's really cool. It's that, pets will find a way to reach you. So if I remember, and this is bringing me back, Donna. I remember we had a cat, okay? And back when I was younger, anytime he wanted to eat, he would shake his collar, shake his collar, shake his collar. And I actually remember that was a sign that I got from him as well, that one day I woke up and I heard that collar shaking, and I was like, oh my God, he needs to eat. He needs to eat. And then I realized, unfortunately, that he had passed away. What I love is that the other side is really creative at being able to get your attention and to let you know that they're there. And you also notice that those signs come when you're sleeping. When you're drifting to sleep from this world into the next world, you start to get those signs, because that's a time when your body is at full rest. That's a time when your mind is drifting off to sleep. And that's a time when your loved ones in spirit can actually come through with messages while you're in your deepest part of sleep. Why do they do that? Well, dreams open a doorway to your loved ones. That's the reason why many times when you're fast asleep, you may wake up at 3:33 in the morning, 4:44 in the morning. You're in your deepest part of sleep, and that's the time, if the spirit's visiting you, you'll wake up because you'll feel that spirit at that moment, because it's in that moment of going to sleep, right, when your head hits the pillow and drifting off, that we are our most psychic, and then also in our deepest part of sleep as well. Somewhere in that subconscious state is where we can actually feel, sense, and receive messages from the other side. So pay attention to it. And what I also want you guys to know is this, is that if you get one of those things that happens, if you feel a presence with you, if you feel a tingling, if all of a sudden you feel a cold shiver down your spine, don't get nervous. Instead, start asking questions. Say, okay, Dad, is that you? Grandma, is that you? Who is that? Who's there right now? Right? And then start having questions, asking them questions. Or you can say to them, Dad, if that was you who just was visiting me, come in my dream. I would love to have a dream of you. Take the opportunity to tell your loved one that you know that they're there. Because what I've learned is that your loved ones love that feedback from you. They love hearing that you know that they're there. They love hearing when something they're doing is working because what they really want is to make contact with you. And when they send you a sign and you validate it and you say, Dad, I know that was you, or Mom, I know that that was you, or okay, sister, I know that was you, right? They know that that's an easy way for them to be able to reach you and connect with you. So all you have to do is say it out loud or say it in your head. And I promise you, your loved one will hear that. And by the way, really important, if you guys haven't heard, I have something to share with you as well. I have a brand new book that's coming out. It's called Don't Wait Till You're Dead, Spirit's Advice from the Afterlife. You guys, I got to tell you that you were the ones who inspired me to write this book. So it's finally done. I couldn't wait to share it with you. I'm actually not even supposed to be talking about this right now, but you know what? I don't really care. You know, I can't keep a secret. I can even, if I talk to the dead and I can't keep other people's secrets, how the hell am I going to keep my own secret? So this book is all about the life review that we go through when we die. I know many of you have asked me, Matt, what happens during the life review? And for those of you who don't know this, okay, the life review is a giant look back on our life. It's a time in which we die, that the tunnel of white light opens. We start to leave our body. We meet our spirit guide. We meet our guardian angels, and we start to look back on our life. We discover our life purpose. We see the people that helped us, the people that hurt us. We see why we were put here on this earth and everything in between. So if you'd like a copy, it's coming out this summer, but it's available to pre-order right now. So it's coming out in August. I know, listen, there's a lot that happens when you write a book, you guys. It's been written for the past 3 months, but literally when you write a book, they have to go and proofread it and then do a second proofread it. And then they have to edit it. And then you have to take the cover picture and then you have to write the bio and then they have to edit it again and again and again. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. All right. I am such a terrible writer. Such a terrible writer, you guys, that literally, I think they always take extra long on my books because of the fact that I'm just so bad. I can never do proper grammar. I can barely speak proper English. You know me. But anyways, it's worth the wait. So that being said, you can pre-order right now. Don't wait till you're dead. It'll be out this summer. And for those of you just tuned in, really important, I also have new tour dates coming up. I'm coming to Laughlin, Nevada, Santa Rosa, California, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Atlantic City, New Jersey, Ledyard, Connecticut, Sacramento, California, and Las Vegas, Nevada, you guys. So if you want to come meet me in person, that's where you can go. And I really have some sad news, you guys. There are only 3 online readings left with me. So if you haven't gotten a reading with me yet, if you want to come and see me live on tour, or if you would like to go and join me for a live online reading event, just like you see that I post here on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok, head to my website, meetmattfraser.com, because November is completely sold out. December is completely sold out. I only have 3 dates left in December. So that being said, if you want one of those dates, just go to my website, meetmattfraser.com. It looks like this. Once you go to meetmattfraser.com, it looks like this. Do you guys see this? And look, this is crazy right now. Look at this. Everything is sold out. Look at sold out, sold out. Do you guys see that? Sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. So this is crazy. Sold out, sold out, sold out. These are the last online readings with me, December 28th, December 29th, and December 30th. So if you want to join me for one of those dates, just head to my website, meetmattfraser.com, and make sure that you are signed up because I can only read you if you're there. So that being said, tonight, before you go to bed, pay attention to what's around you. I can't tell you how many times you have spirits around you, you have souls around you, you have certain spirits that are trying to reach out, but you might not sense or feel them or know that they're there. Pay attention to everything, you guys. Pay attention to the smells that are around you. If you smell a certain smell, it might be a loved one. For example, let's say that your dad wore Pierre Cardin. You might be sitting at home reading a book and then swear you smell Pierre Cardin. It might be that your grandmother's house always smelled like mothballs. And all of a sudden, you're like, wait a minute. Why does it smell like grandma's house? Well, it's because her soul is there. What I want you to know is that souls carry with them their smell, what made them them. The same way that your grandmother had a certain smell and certain people have certain aromas, right? good or bad. Those aromas are kept with them in the afterlife. It becomes part of your soul identity. You have a soul identity, you guys. And one of the things that you can also do is if you feel a spirit with you, tune in a little bit more. Use your psychic ability. Start to ask yourself these questions. Do you feel it's a female energy? Do you feel it's a man's energy? Do you feel as though that it's a young boy? Do you feel like it's an older woman? Do you feel like it's a family member? Do you feel like it's a friend? Start to tune in. Or is it someone that you don't know? Could it be someone who passed in the nearby area? Could it be somebody who lives in the house before you? If you're in an apartment or a condo, could it be the woman who died down the hall, right? Start to tap in and feel. Feel is so important because I'm going to tell you something. Every psychic medium says feel. That's why you'll hear me say in a reading, I feel your mom did this. I feel your dad was like this. I feel he used to say this because what am I doing? I'm feeling it. And so does every other medium out there. So when you feel a presence or you feel someone that's departed with you, feel it out. Feel who that soul is. So that being said, I hope that you guys are enjoying your Friday night. I have to go and get in bed with Alexa. I'm going to do a TikTok first. I'm going to go and get in bed with Alexa and eat ice cream tonight. That's our Friday night as parents. But if you'd like to join me for the next online reading, please just make sure you have your spot reserved for December because I would hate to see anyone be missing out on those events. I only have 3 dates left, December 28th, December 29th, and December 30th. And those are the last online readings for the year. So if you want to reserve your spot, just go to meetmattfraser.com and make sure that you're signed up because I can only read you if you're there. And don't forget, I'm also coming to see you live. So take a look at the tour dates. I hope to see you live online and trust in the signs because if there's one thing I know, it's that there is no such thing as death and your loved ones never leave you. So have a great night and trust in what you're sensing and feeling.